What's up? What's up? And welcome everybody. This is the first of 2023 live show by me and my guest. And my first guest is Six Slayer. Thank you for showing up, bro. And how
Oh,
was your holidays?
oh, you're welcome. My holiday was pretty good, pretty good. Had some good times with some good folks, man. Had some drink, had some food. You know, it's all good.
It's always about the food.
Yeah.
It's always about the food. Staying in,
Drink
staying
too.
safe.
Drink too. The drink too. Yeah.
Yeah, and the drink. Yeah, and the drink. Yeah. I know. What are you saying, Six Slayer? Punty? I don't know. Punty, what I mean, Six Slayer, what are you saying? I
What
hope
am I
he
saying
can hear
about?
you. I can hear you.
You can't hear me?
I don't
Oh
know.
no.
Punty, is everything loud and clear? I hope you can hear us. I know I can hear Six Layer here, so
Okay.
we'll
So.
give him a second of responses. There's a delay usually from what we're saying to what
Oh.
he can hear from us. But no, everything was good on my side. We just stayed at my mom and my sister and my nieces came over for Christmas. They stayed here for a few days, and then they left right after Christmas, the 26th or so, and then we just stayed home. Oh, he said, how were you doing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Doing good. Doing
Oh,
good. That's what we were talking about.
And then New Year's we just stayed in. We didn't do anything. We're just lazy when it comes to New Year. We just stay in because we got these two kids. I mean, what can we really do,
Mhm.
And being out in the streets, trying to catch a fireworks show, it's just a nightmare. Following around, every there's a lot of cities here surrounding Dallas and Fort Worth, and everybody's trying to do their own thing. And of course,
Yeah.
you got people and people all over the place and just being stupid. It's like, you know what? It's just safer to stay home. We'll buy some of those little pop things for the kids and let them do their thing, make a mess out of the house. I get a 12-pack of beer from the store, and it's just, it's my night,
Yeah, and then you clean it up all later.
and then you clean it up all later. Yeah. We still got Christmas stuff up. I got all these buckets of storage stuff behind me. You see that crap? I got more.
Oh, jeez.
Just taking up this room because this is kind of like the staging area. Like, get everything in there, and I'll take it up to the attic later. And so, but it's a new year now. Xbox games. It's going to be an exciting year. We'll get into that later. But I guess the first thing I want to talk about was a sad thing. I don't like this happening, only because I don't know about you, but I sell stuff online sometimes, just because I got junk here. It's like I collect a bunch of crap. I'm like, okay, I think I can just sell this stuff online, on Craigslist or OfferUp or Mercury or whatever that thing is called. There's several marketplace apps that I use to sell stuff. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. But when it comes to high price items, say like a console, then that's when I go to like a police station or some kind of courthouse to make sure there's cameras around and they can capture everything.
Right.
You got to do these things because people are crazy.
People are
The reason why I say that, there was a report over before New Year's. I don't think anybody can see this. Man says was robbed at gunpoint after arranging to buy Xbox. One suspect arrested. So at least they caught the guy.
Wow.
First mistake is 7:52 p.m. Don't be doing this at night.
Yeah.
Just
That's
don't be
kind
doing
of
it
dumb.
at night.
That's the extra dumb part where I already first mistake is on the dude. Gotta say the victim. I blame victim blaming.
Like, I hear Mario in the background. Yes, it's the Wii background music on the Wii.
Yeah.
I want to see you play it. But getting back to the story, yes. Big mistake, dude. If you're gonna set up a buy or a sell, don't do it at nighttime. Wait till the next day. You don't need the money that bad.
And conversely, if you're doing some illicit, then you want to be there. But that goes with the territory. So you better be able to protect yourself. That's on you. But if you try to do something on the up and up and not have anybody come jack you, would think you would do it in a place,
Yeah, I've learned, not that I've had a problem. I never had any problems. The only problem I have when I meet up people to sell stuff is that they're late. I hate that they're late. I give them a time and place to meet. They agree to it, and then they come up with every excuse in the book to say, "Oh, I'm running late. Oh, this, oh, that." And then they say, "Oh, do you have change?" I'm like, dude, I'm not a cashier. I don't have a cashier in front of me. I say, go to the store and get the correct change. I don't want to be like counting and like, okay, how much do I owe you and crap?
Yeah, dude.
Um, so I've learned a lot of things along the way, and I tell my buyers like, look, this is how it's going to go down. If you don't like it, you don't have to drive out here. And so they caught the
And
guy. It's a 19-year-old
that's
kid.
awesome.
It's a 19.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. It's kind of it's not surprising when you hear about it now.
Yeah, it's a 19-year-old kid, and they found a illegal short barrel rifle and narcotics.
Oh shit, he was ready to go. Oh damn,
he was ready.
He's about that action. This was just
about that action and wanting the game. So that's why.
Wow.
That's why he robbed that guy.
Listen, man, I'm not a what do you call seller?
You're more of a buyer.
Like every time, the buyer, right? Like we were talking just before we started, I'm trying to get this 4090 MSRP. Yeah. One of the best places to get is at Micro Center, but there's no Micro Centers near me. So we were talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand from the buyer perspective, you're not trying to get grifted for your money, right? And you want to make sure the thing that you're buying when it's used or whatever, secondhand or whatever like that, that it's as advertised as you expected for what you agreed upon, right? And there's no goofiness going on. So as a buyer, you would want that too. If it's all supposed to be in the up and up, if you trying to be against that, that's already a red flag. Let me tell you, as a buyer, if you're trying to be a seller and you're trying to act all sus about that, and we're supposed to be starting on the up and up, it's not something, like I'm trying to buy a chair from you or something. Like, why are you trying to? What's up with all the subterfuge over a chair?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I see it from both sides, man. Getting robbed. Like he had guns. He had a gun, drugs on him, and everything.
Oh yeah, this guy was just all about that life, and the poor guy who's just trying to.
He's about that action.
He was trying to sell it, or I forgot, buy it. And he just became a victim, man, of a sad situation here. And didn't say he got killed. I mean, like hurt or anything, but it could have happened because look at the guy, what he was carrying with him.
I mean, he let him have what he wanted, and he was like, "Yo, I don't want none of this."
I said, "Here you go. I'll just,
take
whatever."
It. Yeah,
I'd rather lose $300 in a console than, my life. So,
facts.
Sellers out there, be careful. Set it up. Like what I do, I go to the same location every time. It's a gas station. It's very busy, and I park at one of the pumps. I'm like, I'm at pump 6. Come to me.
Nice.
And they'll comply. They're like, all right, well, I'm walking up there. I'm in this other car, and just I'm like, all right, wave you down right here.
You do it at an active time when there's lots of people.
Yes, daytime. No, not nighttime. No, never at nighttime.
Yes. Man, let me tell you a quick story. So one time I was at a gas station. We was waiting to meet someone, right? He was supposed to come and give us some keys, right? So it's a dude we know, right? So we're sitting there waiting, and he finally shows up. He gives us the keys, and we're doing a little bit of chatting before we both go our own directions, right? It was in the middle of summertime. It was nighttime. Yo, this drunk dude, man, he drove in so crazy and reckless. We're like,
oh my God.
Yo, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Who is this guy? And then he stops, right? He finally parks somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this after he rolled over all types of shit, almost turned into a big dick, all types of shit, right? But he parks really well, but we're far away from him, right? And then he opens the door and he like falls to his feet and gets up. He's like, and he gets back in the car and he like falls asleep. And we're like, yeah. So yes, you definitely don't want that to happen to you at night. You don't want that guy to come and run you over. You know what I'm saying? God, easily could have happened to us. We could have got run over by this guy.
Yeah. You gotta be careful out there if you're selling, your extra junk that you have at home and or buying, because you're the one carrying the cash.
Yep.
Losing out on a product is fine. Like, all right, I guess I'll take a loss out of it. But when you got the cash, they probably think you have more of it, and that's when it gets down and dirty. And you don't want none of that. You
don't want none of that.
Punty says, red flag, if someone's over 300 pounds and you selling them a chair, don't let them sit on it first. They can sit on it after they buy it and get home. And I have a story about this, and it's not a chair. So when I get new phones, I clean up.
Hey, I couldn't think of better examples. Okay, jeez.
When I buy new phones, I either resell my old phone or give it to somebody. Right. So this one particular phone I was reselling, and this guy's like, all right, I'll buy it. I'll meet you at this restaurant and so on and so forth. Like, all right. So we're inside the restaurant, and He's like, here you go, take a look at it, make sure you like it, and so on and so forth. They're like, yeah, everything goes smooth. It gives me the money. He takes the phone as he's getting up, right? Mm-hmm. As he's trying to scoot away from the table booth thing, he picks up the box, but he picks it up from the top, and the bottom just slips right out with the phone.
Oh, geez.
Right? Bam! It hits the floor. And I look at him. He looks at me, and I'm like, that was all you, and you already paid for
it. Yep. Yep. And it's on camera.
I just like, that was all you, dude. It's like, I wasn't even touching the box. And that was you. And he's like, he looks at it, he turns it on, he's like, well, everything looks good. And it's like, all right. It's like, I'm not gonna give you your money back.
Yeah, still not giving you your money back. But that's good. That is good. That is all right. So now we don't have no drama. You see it's good. Now you can't tell me shit. Now I'm especially happy for that. Bye. Yeah.
Like, all right, talk to you later, man. I hope you like it. Enjoy it. Bye. I gotta go.
Yeah, man. Get the hell up out of there.
So here's a feel good story. I don't know if you saw this. High school students bought a teacher an Xbox, and he was pretty excited. I don't know if you can hear the.
No, I don't hear it.
The audio of this. No! But he's doing something here.
Sat on the phone.
Yeah, he's doing something, and they surprise him with an Xbox. Now I don't know if it's some kind of email confirmation saying, "Hey, we bought you an Xbox," but they bought him an Xbox. He's like, you see him kind of like moving his arms around, like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!"
Hello?
His students.
Don't worry, nobody told us to do it.
What was that? Sick? Oh, I don't hear him right now. Anyways, I thought this was great. The students. So I thought this was great. The students got their favorite teacher an Xbox.
You couldn't hear me this whole time, or no, or just now?
I could hear you the whole time, but then it sounded like you were trying to ask me if I can hear you. And
yeah,
I can hear you, but it sounded like you couldn't hear me.
No, I couldn't hear anything until just now. So I'm watching the video now. So they're giving him the Xbox. Oh wow, he's excited.
He's excited.
That's awesome. Yeah,
he's reacting like, "What? What is this? What?" And he's like backing up, with surprise.
He's really emotional right now. Whoa, see his face.
Yeah, you can see it in the video that he's excited. He's like,
bravo.
So from the audio that I heard earlier, the students all pitched in. There's probably like 20 something kids there, maybe 15 to 20 kids, and they all pitched in and got him a Xbox for Christmas.
That's awesome, cool. Bro. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Did you see the one of the little kid that said, "I don't want this," and he stormed off?
Okay, I'm gonna be kind of controversial, but can you mute that for a second?
Go ahead.
Now. Okay, if anybody says, I can still hear in the back. Oh, there it goes. If anybody comes back and hears this and tells me, "Oh, he should have got his ass whooped," you don't understand, blah blah blah. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so let me see this first. He should have got his butt whooped or whatever. But at the same time, it does remind me of that episode of that 70s show. If you watch that show a lot, maybe you'll remember the one I'm talking about with the 8-track and the cassette tape thing. All throughout the episode, it was a running gag. He told his parents. His parents were like, "What do you want for your Christmas?" Or what was it, birthday? I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, this is the 70s." So he wants a cassette player for his car, not an 8-track. He's making it very clear so his parents do not make the mistake, right? Like, I want a cassette player, not an 8-track. So, of course, at the end of the episode, what do they give him? An 8-track. And his mother says to him, "Here, an 8-track, just like you said, so we don't get you the wrong thing," right? And all he can do is sit there and smile and just be nice about it, right?
Yeah.
But in his heart, you got to feel for him. Like, he tried so hard and he get what he wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened with this kid. But at the same time, though, especially when you know your parents don't have a lot, and you know you want something you told them, and they come and they give you the wrong thing, it's not. Remember, this is from the point of view of a kid who just doesn't see what they should. Yeah. All they're gonna think is, number one, you don't have a lot of money, so you've wasted your money on the thing that I probably told you 1,000,001 times that I don't want. Yeah. Like, now I gotta sit here and be fake happy about that I got the wrong thing. That's all they're seeing. and and I'm not gonna knock the point of view either, but at the same time, you don't want to be disrespectful. He wasn't about that action. He was like, God damn it, and he just walked away.
Yes, he was pissed, man.
He was pissed.
He wasn't holding back. He was like, this is not a warning. Like, slams the thing on the couch and walks out.
Yep.
That was too funny. It was too
because
funny.
If I already had one, for example, if I was that age and I already had an Xbox Series S or whatever, and somebody gives me one, I'm gonna be like, I already have one. And I'm gonna be trepidatious with my words because I'm not trying to be labeled as insulting or whatever or being rude, right? Yeah. This is more delicate that I feel people want to give it credit for. I still think he went way wrong and should get his ass whooped because he didn't go like fake angry. He talked some issue before he walked away. So that's different. He needs his ass whooped. But I'm just saying, for everybody to be like, like for all examples, and then it became a whole console warring thing. People were arguing about it. Like, come on, man.
That's a little clip to use against the Xbox guy. This kid didn't even want one,
Everybody should have just kept the same energy and be like, this kid needs his ass whipped. That's it. Just leave it at that.
Punty's saying, wow, my dad had an 8-track. Those things still exist. There's somebody out there still using them.
There's probably stacks of them, but this was from that 70s show. I mean, it was the 70s. Even 8-tracks was old back then. That was the whole point. He wanted cassette, not 8-track.
I don't want the old stuff.
Yep.
Let's see. Punty again. Yeah, I know. Thank goodness for gift cards. I hate getting gifts I don't want. Nuts and sound ungrateful. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. That's what I do with my sister. I said, hey, figure out what the kids want, like her kids, and send me a list of what they really want, and I go get it. Because I really don't want to get them something that they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want this crap. So, and it works out. It works out every time. I do the same thing with mine. I give my sister, like, this is what they're interested in. It's up to you if you want to buy it. And it works out for everybody. So, and it makes it easier for you.
And one other thing too, I just want to make sure not to cut you off. The other thing that kids are gonna think, right, is like, especially the younger they are, right? Like, if you get them the wrong thing that they've been clear about, now it's more of a thing of they think you don't care about them because you didn't even care enough to listen to them the 50,000, because kids, they're gonna repeat it to death. So you definitely are sure, right? And there's ads about that where kids, they'll make cards and notes and stuff like that all the time. But still, anyway, I just wanted to point that out.
My younger one, he kept bugging me even before the game released. The Pokemon, the latest ones, whatever it's called, Scarlet and whatever, I don't know what their names are,
right?
And he's like, so when is it coming out, Daddy? When's it coming out? I'm like, you still have like a month left. And it's like, and Christmas is coming out, so wait, somebody from my side will get it for you. Okay. Okay. It's like, Daddy, you know what came out today? I'm like, what? The new Pokemon game. I'm like, it's like, I'm not getting into Pokemon game because Christmas is coming up and somebody from my side is going to get it for you, right? Okay. Well, my sister is telling me, hey, my dad, he got the games for the kids. I'm like, okay, cool. So when it was time for her to come up here, because she came up here to visit for that weekend for Christmas, she forgot all the gifts from my dad's side, from my dad's house.
Oh no!
Which included the games, right?
Oh no!
And so when it was time to open gifts, my younger one was like, well, "What happened to the game?" And I'm like, I was hoping he'll forget. He remembered.
No, you're not gonna forget. They've been testing you that whole time. Wait a minute, hold on, time out. Why did you even hope that false hope? He's been pestering you the whole time, man.
Well, because he got a tablet.
Forget.
He got a tablet.
So what?
And then all right, that's going to keep his mind busy.
Day. No, it doesn't. You know that ADD kids have with new stuff. They want the thing they wanted most of all. They're never going to forget that.
And so he was kind of let down of that. He was mad. Not like that kid mad.
Right.
But he was upset. And then my sister's telling us, like, I'm sorry, I was like, I'll ship it when we get back home. And like, he's like, okay. So he's been waiting for that shipment.
He still doesn't have it yet.
Anything. He's been waiting for that shipment. It's like, when is Auntie gonna ship it? When is she gonna ship it? I was like, I don't know. It's like, you know what? We're going to Houston anyways. We'll just get it then. Okay. When are we going to Houston? I'm like, the 13th. It's like, how many days? It's like, that's like a week from now. I'm like, that's such a long time, Daddy. I was like, don't worry. When we get there, we're gonna go to Grandpa's house, and there's gonna be tons of presents there from him. Okay, that we didn't get to open for Christmas. He's like, okay. So for
Pardon
now,
me, I'll
he's
be
kind of chilled out.
right back.
Huh? Oh. So yeah. So guys, don't tell kids you're gonna promise them something because they'll keep bugging you for it. Because they will not forget. At a certain age, they will not forget. And my 7-year-old, he's just like all about it. Like, when am I gonna get that Pokemon game, Daddy? You told me Christmas time, and I didn't get it Christmas time. You know, my auntie didn't bring it from Grandpa's house. Now we gotta go to Houston and go get it. I'm like, just calm down. You'll get it. Don't worry about it. It's not like he's gonna have time to play it when we get down there, anyways. So, Journey Merchant from Australia, welcome, man. Thank you for showing up. This is good. I'm glad you guys are showing up and interacting in the chatter box, which just makes it a lot more fun for me and for everybody else in there. So while I wait for Sick to get back, and we'll get back on track here, what have I been playing lately? I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I'm finally at the point.
Sorry about that.
A message that says the point of no return in Cyberpunk. So now I've stopped there for now. So I'm guessing I'm towards the end of Cyberpunk. Have you finished it?
No, I've never finished it, but yeah, I know the kind of thing you're talking about. Yeah. A lot of RPGs and stuff, they'll tell you, hey, there's a part you better make sure you do because you're not coming back here, or this is your last chance. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. Cyberpunk, I'm like, all right, I think this is a good stopping point because I've done everything. I've done all the side missions. All the side missions are done. Every single one of them. Got nothing left over. And so now I'm just I'll pick it up probably this weekend again and play some more Cyberpunk and maybe finish it finally. I just don't want it to end. It's so much fun. Cyberpunk is so much fun, but the DLC is coming out soon, later this year, and I'll pick it right back up again. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, next thing I want to bring up, Sick. It's been a long time since anybody's given any attention to Xbox Gold games because, I mean, let's be real here. It's like they're not knocking out of the park. You know,
there's nothing left to give away. They've given away everything.
Yeah, there's nothing to give away. So it gets to a point where they're gonna run out of something to give away or give you access to. Let's see here. Jeremy's like, I got a few missions left. So nobody's. I haven't looked at the collection of those monthly games, but maybe this month in January, yes. There's one called Iris Fall that's being given out this month. And it looks awesome. This is the trailer here.
Oh, I remember this now. I remember when we saw it at some kind of like, I don't know, Game Awards or something. It was probably one of those odd games that you forgot immediately after you seeing it.
Yeah.
And it came out years ago.
This looks awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is no joke. I'm like, dude, I never seen this game. I wasn't even aware of this even existed until I saw some article about this game. Like, oh, this game is on like Games for Go for January. Check it out. I'm like, okay, which I never do. I never check it out.
That guy who did the first two Batman movies in like '89 and '90 or whatever. Batman Returns. It's like this is his art style. It feels like.
Yeah. So this is the Steam version. I mean, the Steam trailer, but it's on Xbox. It's coming to. Well, it should be. I mean, I haven't even checked it myself yet, but it's gonna be your Games for Gold. And I'm like, dude, this looks pretty badass. You know?
I had no idea about this game. Like, I had seen the news and stuff. I get all the alerts. Oh, on this date, this game will be out for Games for Gold this month. Make sure you get them, right? But I already have all the games I want because the thing that with Games for Gold was like. I was a big fan of Xbox Live on games. Usually that's what you get on this, or like a game that everybody already bought and they're not making money off of it anymore, even though it's still up for sale. Because everybody who wants it has it, right? So eventually, what you do is you get a Games for Gold because now you have a digital copy, right? But Games for Gold has been going on for so long, they've given away everything of value twice over already.
Yeah.
Like if you missed it, you weren't trying to get it. It's not like they don't. Everybody likes to sit there and use it as a point of contention. Like Xbox fans were all salty about not having new stuff to waddle over to PlayStation dudes, laughing their face about. And then there's PlayStation dudes who are just pointing out because there's nothing being given away for free. It's all console war nonsense at this point. But here's a dope game that was going to get lost in the mix until you mentioned this to me. This looks awesome. Yeah. I'm going to mark this down while we speak.
And there's a cat, so we have our own Stray.
Iris Fall.
We have our own version of Stray.
With a better art style. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, see, Punty he's like, what? He's like
$2.99 on Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam, but this
$2.99.
This is the Steam trailer, but
no, the record was $2.99.
Oh, was it?
January
Okay.
27th. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I'll bring this to light because I mean, whoever mentions anything about these games for gold, and this one caught my interest just because, like you said, the art style is pretty cool. It has that, like part of it has that Borderlands Tim Burton Batman style, and then you got this
Tim Burton. There you go.
You got this platform. It just looks awesome with those mechanical things. Look at the eyeballs. That's creepy, but hey, I like it. It's cool. Cruise Missile 32. In the chatterbox. I wish I could put some sound effects and be like, "Mer mer mer." Let's see what Jeremy has to say because he's very talkative today. He never talks, and now he is. Jeremy, there is a trick you can do to get more points. Australia doesn't get as much the U.S., so I had to find a way to get a little extra.
Oh, spill the goss, homie. How do you do that?
I know you're gonna have to DM us. I don't get too many DMs, so I'll take your DM. Jeremy.
Yeah, you can tell me too on Twitter.
Twitter.
But
yeah, I thought it's called Iris.Fall. I don't know if that's like a mistype.
Iris.Fall, yeah. It's $14.99 on Steam. It's $20 on Xbox. But right now it's free games for gold. I'm getting mine right now. I'm clicking on get. And boom, it's in my account.
There you go. Now it's tied to your account.
Yep.
So, bam.
Now I have it forever.
Forever.
I downloaded it, of course. Yeah, just like not till I get paid, I would say. But no, until I have it downloaded on my hard drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not till I get paid. I get paid by downloading. Then I've been paid the game. Yes, they didn't get my money.
So, see, it's games like this that keep pulling me away from the main games I do want to play. Like I've been telling you, Singulus. I've been playing that. I've been playing a lot of Singulus, man. It's good.
Singulus, I downloaded that. I installed that right last week. I installed that, but I haven't played anything since we spoke last. I haven't played anything, been real busy and stuff.
Yeah.
But in fact, I got a bunch of movies I'm gonna watch this weekend. But this weekend will be the time for me to replay games and watch movies. So that's what I'm gonna play, a bunch of games. In fact, I'll be live streaming everything I play. If I have a headset on, I'm just talking over the game. You might hear me. So yeah, 6layer on Twitch. 6layer and everything as always, but you'll see me there playing. But definitely gonna try this out. Yeah,
so that's a good one. I thought it looked pretty cool, the art style and everything. And it's the type of game I'll play. I like it. It looks fun. Let's see. Let me see if I can see anything here about what other game. I think it's just that one. Yeah.
Cruise Missiles, what up? Happy New Year. Long time no see.
Happy New Year, dude.
I see you on Twitter all the time, but I haven't seen was it your son? You had
What's up, son?
Be on his account sometimes too. Like the both of them like a pair, you know what I'm saying? Online. Like they share the name or whatever. I think it was Cruz.
So I'm trying to figure out what to talk about next here because I got a bunch of here that kind of jumping around here. Without being too fanboyish,
Oh,
trying to get away from.
Well, here's a question. Okay, so Sony had their little CES thing yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft used to open the CES thing, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't even hear if they're doing anything for CES.
Because they don't go to that show.
Right, Microsoft doesn't go to CES anymore at all.
Yeah.
Damn, I just realized that because the question I was going to ask was because Sony had a show and we saw some. I wouldn't say much, but if you're a PlayStation head and you're interested in VR, so that's like a big gotcha. You got to be both. you would see stuff of value there, right? And to make you happy, particularly Gran Turismo is going to get VR support. I'm sure that'll do great, right?
Eventually, dude, a racing game in VR would be pretty badass.
Yeah, the last one was pretty good in VR. With this kind of hardware, you know, the PS5, as much as we knock for what PS5 is not, it's not a weak sauce box, right? So plus with their VR headset, we know the chops of that hardware is actually more than competent now. In fact, that's why I keep knocking the fact that it's not made PC compatible, because they would sell all of them instantly. They never outsold out their launch inventory that they have for launch day, right? But they still have pre-orders, right? And remember, they had boxed it in, so you had to be one of those tiers who bought a lot of games, and you had all those trophies and stuff to get a pre-order. And that never sold out. It's still open to everybody, right? So my point being, had they also made it PC compatible, because you see they're going in those inroads not only with games but with hardware. They have those headsets, those monitors. You think the VR headset would be compatible too, make a whole ecosystem, right? But they didn't. And this is a game, I think, that's definitely going to have that positive effect they need. And there's also that Horizon game. So they announced the Gran Turismo movie, just like and they also announced, of course, the Last of Us series. I think that comes out in a week or two, the 22nd or something like that. So Sony had a bunch of solid announcements. If you're a PlayStation head, particularly if you're a VR dude, there was a lot of stuff to see. Yeah, they only revealed one game at CES, but they really didn't talk a lot about games at all. It was just a small segment of their overall CES show.
Yeah.
And it's just now I'm speaking to you, realizing that Microsoft doesn't have, number one, any real presence at CES at all.
Well, so because they have their own like hardware shows too.
Yeah.
They do their own.
So they just stopped doing that. So my question is, bringing all this up, is when's the next time we think we're going to hear from Xbox about what they're doing, like the next event that they might have, like a showcase or something?
Rumors are that they're having something later this month. So I won't believe it until I see something directly from them, not from people who are like, I think, like, I'll just wait.
I generally believe something is going to happen pretty soon. One would believe, just in terms of logic. As to when, the end of the month would be a great time to do that. You know what I mean? Like everybody has warmed into the year, paid off some debts and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're 5 days in. It's still early.
Yeah, it's still early. Like, but I would think, hey, Cruise Missiles, man, it's good to hear from you, bro. Like, I see you on Twitter all the time, but I haven't seen you in any chats in a long time.
Now, you're mentioning the VR stuff that you're with PlayStation.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I thought I saw something at a glimpse. Like, I happened to just close a browser that had this article on it, and I couldn't get it back. But
it's something like,
supposedly this game is coming to Oculus.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe as well. I've heard this. I can't really. I just as vague in my memory as much as it is for you, but that it triggers my memory the same way it sounds like it's doing for you. So I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna put this on my wish
heard
list
of that
because we have.
I've heard of that. Oh, cool.
So we got the latest, whatever it is, Oculus Rift or whatever it's called. I keep forgetting what the names are, but I bought that, as a Christmas gift 2 years ago.
Yes.
And we still have it. Still runs great.
Yes.
We still play it.
Yeah.
And when I saw
as much
the
as
Iron
you want
Man
a better new model, it's still pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, still pretty good. And with the new Iron Man thing, I was like, oh, sweet. So that's from the PlayStation. It's like, sweet.
Yeah, man. Yep. The first movie I remember, I know a lot of people don't like the, of course they call it a fad, of course, of 3D back then. The first Iron Man, I wish was in 3D, because remember when he's in it, he's got like that hologram interface in front of him. In fact, he's got that whole hologram interface in his house and everything. That would have been right. It's not only his Iron Man suit, but also he had it in his lab and stuff in his house.
Yeah.
So that would have been great for the movie to be in 3D. So the reason I bring that up is when you have the VR headset, that you really have the HUD moving, which, remember, the VR headset, the PlayStation uses, has eye tracking, all that stuff. Yeah. So they really could do this. Like, that could be a good game for them. Awesome. And yeah, Punty, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have more than one game. But like I say, it was just a little short segment of an overall CS show where they made some announcements. Confirm what everybody was waiting for with Gran Turismo getting VR support. So that was good. And it's just early on, but they really need to show off more. They really don't have a lot of software. And it's unfortunate that they're not supporting the PC. Right, with this whole PC push, it would have been a great way to do it, and they would have sold out all those pre-orders already, which I'm sure they would have wished they were able to already. So,
Yeah, so I'm excited about that VR Iron Man going to Oculus. It was like I saw it, I'm like, crap, I didn't get to read it. It's like, all right, it's like it'll probably pop up somewhere else. And yeah, if you saw it, that means for sure it's coming to Oculus. It's gonna be fun. I'll get that for my son because he likes playing with that. He likes playing with the Roblox thing. That's the thing. He found a shooter game in Roblox that he can use in Oculus, and he's just having a time of his life with it. It's just crazy.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Do not. I'm gonna tell this to anyone who can hear, who has young children. Do not put your kids on VR chat. Do not.
I don't think he has it, or
listen to me.
I hear the audio, but not chatter though.
Listen to me. The app itself, VR chat. Go look on your headset, and if it's on there, take it off. You have young kids, and folks is reckless on this thing. I'm telling you, as a advocate for VR, I wouldn't want you to have to develop this bad story that your kids was, saw some things they shouldn't have. And trust me, they're gonna see it on VR chat. Yeah. So just want to put that out there. Public safety.
Well,
those were young kids.
I mentioned plenty of times here that he likes playing Fortnite, but he plays it on PC, right? And every time I always check on him. I was like, "What are you playing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm playing Fortnite. Oh, I'm playing Roblox." And like, okay. Well, when I see that he's playing, usually when he's playing Fortnite, I mean not Fortnite, Roblox, it's just him and like against everybody else. He's not really chatting with anybody, right? But when it's Fortnite, of course, you're talking to your squad mates, right? Well, when I start checking on him more on who's he playing with, I tell him the rules. It's like, do not tell them where you live. Do not tell them what vicinity you live in. Don't tell them your age. Don't tell them your real name. That's it. They can use your handle that they have, and then that's it. Like, I'll tell them the dark side of things. Like, this is because this is what happens. Well, anyways, he plays with the same group of people, right? And there's one player he plays with that I constantly see, and I hear him because he's a loud guy. I think he's like a teenager, right? And sometimes I'll not grab the headset from my son. I'll grab the little microphone. I'm like, hey, whatever his name is. Are you being cool with my son? And my son, he knows I'm just messing around. I'm not being like a serious guy.
Right.
And he's like, yes, sir. I'm playing with your son, Fortnite, and everything's good. Are you using big bad words? He's like, no, sir, I'm not using big bad. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now let him go.
You gave him the fear of daddy, even though you're not their dad. They still Well, sounds like they're good kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was like, as long as you guys are having fun and not using big bad words, it's like you guys are cool. And he's like, okay, sir. Cool. And my son, he just laughs because he knows I'm just messing around. So.
I caught an STD from escorting Cyberpunk.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, I didn't get to romance Judy, man. She likes the other side.
Yeah, you can't. So I'm busy working on what's her face, the other ones, the one from the car group, that outdoors group. What do you call it?
I think I romanced her. her.
Yeah, I'm in the process of doing the missions that's gonna get her.
And there was one mission that I had with a guy, and it gave me the option to romance him. Like, I'm not romancing.
No, thank you. Oh, but did you get that one chick from the early mission? I think I've talked about this before. The early mission where at first you go to meet her, and you have to meet her out, like, I don't know, out in the, not the boondocks, but like in you go through this, I don't know, tunnel to the outskirts of the city, right? And she's like a corporate chick, right? And she's got this security dude who plugs into you, and like he asks you questions, you have to tell the truth because she's gonna know because he's plugged into you if you're lying, right? And if you work that out, and then you go to the mission where it's with those guys, the guys who are real, like, close to being cyber psychos, the punk rock bad guys. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
At the very beginning with that big guy, right? Yeah. So if you do that mission if you do everything right, at the end of that mission, she'll call you, right? And like, oh, you did good job, blah, blah, blah. We'll meet up later. Then randomly, she'll call you. Yo, come meet me here. If you say the right thing, right when she calls you, you just say the right thing right then and there. She'll call you like, yo, meet me at this spot. You get to hit the cheeks. You get some fancy ass weapon.
Oh, you talking about Pan Am?
Not Pan Am. No,
okay,
no.
I romance Pan Am
early on. Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Yeah, Pan Am.
Yeah,
yes,
I romance Pan Am. And I won't tell you how they romance each other because it was different.
Okay, did not know it was going to be different. So that's already a thing. There we go.
You know,
well, I'm
usually
just saying it was that
you
one
romance
corporate
somebody,
chick.
you know, it's out in
Yeah.
the open, it's, you know, at somebody's apartment, at their apartment or something. This was a completely different setting that it's pretty unique.
Oh no, but the thing I was talking about was just it's like a random thing. It's kind of like real life, you know.
Yeah.
You just happen to be saying the
booty
right
call.
things, not realizing it, and the booty call come to you. Like, damn.
Hey man, that's cyberpunk, man. That's
Yeah.
cyberpunk. Hey man, if I could live in a city like like Night City, oh, that'd be awesome. That city is pretty badass.
That's basically New York City, but without the, you know, it's just not dystopian-esque. Well, I mean, it's dystopian if you think about it from like the point of view of the 80s. You would think New York today is dystopian. It's really not. So, I mean, point of view, I guess.
Game Pass, dude. Are we gonna get Ghostwire finally, or what?
I was never interested in that game.
March 23rd, March 2023.
With the extra content, nice.
With extra content.
And Deathloop has already been out, which I really don't like at all. Like,
I'm with you.
I never installed it. I played it through the cloud. Like the first thing, you get to a spot and you got to figure out this door with all these clues, and I never find the clues now. And then I looked it up. Even I'm like, what? I still don't know what to do. It doesn't make sense to me. And you know, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I'm not a dumbass, right? This makes me feel like a dumbass. Like,
no, it does.
I don't get it at
You're not alone. I gave up on it.
Yeah, that's a fuck.
I try to like it. I like, ooh, I like this. You know, I did. Yeah. I did truly like it at the beginning.
But a lot of other people love it. So if you like it, I love it. No. If you like it, you like it.
It's
I
like
don't
those
like
road
it.
Games.
That's fine.
I can't do them.
I don't know. I don't even know that much. I just got stuck there. That was like 5 minutes in. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you know, you repeat the same days, you repeat the same, you know, settings and all that, and I got to a point where like I can't do this. It's just like a road game. It's like I can't do the repeating thing of the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
and it's just like I gave. I mean, I tried it. I spent a few hours on it. I did a few missions and all that. I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm sorry, whoever made it. Arcane, was it Arcane who made it? Just wasn't for me. And it's not gonna be for everybody. That's the thing. You know, I tried it, didn't turn out the way I thought it would be, and I just deleted it and moved on. So
that's simple.
And Ghostwire, you know, we'll see how this one is. Will I like it? I don't know. I could get it. I mean, I got the PlayStation, but
when I saw it, it didn't look anything, you know, up my alley either. But I mean, more power to anybody. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to like a game and for a game to still be good. Because a lot of other people are liking the game, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are loving it. They're like,
games.
"Oh my god, this is like one of the best games ever." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome!" It's like I'm glad everybody's liking it. And then when I tried it, I'm like, "Dude, it's not that awesome." You know?
Yeah, I didn't like it. That's all I'm saying. Because I got stuck within the first 5 minutes, I didn't really see anything. If I'm stuck already from there, and they try to make me work my brain that much, maybe it's just not for me. Yeah, I think it's just not for me. That's all. So it's just like, hey, man. Great games is out there, different games, different types for everybody. I think Game Pass really does that for everybody. So
that's what helps too, because then you don't feel like you just got duped.
Yes.
If you spent, you know, $50 to $70 for a game, which you were so excited about, which everybody was saying was awesome.
That's the other thing too with Game Pass. Like 9 times out of 10, it's not like you looking through the catalog and picking a game. It's like you heard the buzz, you heard the word of mouth. Right. Yeah. And it's like, oh, and it's already in Game Pass. So you don't gotta do nothing extra, but try it on the cloud stream. Hell, you don't even have to install it. If it's a big game, just try it on the cloud stream. See if you like it, if it's worth that download. Like, you know, and you find something interesting with no other effort than that. Instantly with no extra money come out of your pocket unless you decide to buy the game and keep it outright. Stuff like that, man. That's like the word of mouth element. And that makes it better because you're more likely to like the game because it developed their own organic buzz that got you to try it.
Yeah, that's how I became a fan of the Yakuza series.
That's
right. I always bring that up, man. Like when Game Pass got Yakuza and I played the first one, the first few chapters of the game, I liked it, but I hated it at the same time. It was like, this is boring. This is boring. Yakuza
but it's setting you up. You see it in hindsight that it sets you up.
It's like, oh my god. I was like, you know what? I gave up. I did give up. I don't know if I ever said that, but I did give up on the game. I was like, I'm gonna go play something else. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna continue. Dude, I am so glad I did because it became awesome after a certain point, and it never slowed down after that.
Nice.
Even even in the next whatever, like Yakuza 2, the Kiwami and the Kiwami 2 and so on,
Yes.
until the very end, except for the one with the little girl where it's like she's the face of the box, the singing song or something. I just
she's a little girl for many games until later on.
Yeah, and she's becoming a star. That release I didn't like. That was like the very lowest. I was like, that's my least favorite of all the Yakuza games. But rest
Yakuza in and of itself, in terms of like word of mouth and buzz, Yakuza owes its whole success outside of Japan off of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because even before it came to Game Pass and it was even popular on the consoles, it was from a couple of people on YouTube and whatnot who, really were talking positive about this game, and more of them got some sales all slow, and Sega paying attention, because Sega, maybe about 10, 15 years ago isn't even the same company they are now. They were in a way where they needed money. They were still coming off the Dreamcast thing, and they still had a point where they really were trying to fight to find their way. So Yakuza came to PS2 and all of those, and then eventually PS3, where if word of mouth started to get around, via YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So, basically, it became successful off of word of mouth. It became to a point where it got on Game Pass and all that stuff. And Persona and other games like that too. It's word of mouth because like Persona, I think it's 4 or 5 years old now.
Yeah.
And we just got that one, and it sold another million because now it's not on one platform. Like, word of mouth is really what's selling games and everything now, and that's the best way to do it, because by the time it's earned that word of mouth, that repertoire amongst the community, that means it's already valid because people are talking about it. That's why people are talking about it. It's already earned that right to be spoken of. So now it makes you, from that logic alone, go to try it and then find something dope. So Game Pass, man, I really like that whole concept, how they use that to bring you good games.
Yeah, they do. It's a great service. I mean, I hate repeating myself because, like, oh, you're just kind of what the young people say, capping or whatever for your service, and I'm like, I'm not, dude. It's like, it's great.
PlayStation should do the same thing. I want them to. We all thought Project Spartan was going to be a half-ass attempt at least at that, but it's not even that. Like, and you could see in the way they built it and with the tiers and everything, like they're trying to grift money out of people, and they really need to stop doing that for their own interest in terms of making money. If they really want to make money, that's actually what they got to stop doing. Stop being greedy with it. Get back to being organic like Xbox is. And I really thought that them copying Game Pass would have been.
I would have signed up if they had something comparable, and they don't.
I would have considered it too.
So.
Because they have such a backlog, like I've been saying for years. They have a backlog, 5 consoles and 2 handhelds. They have a lot of people. I've been seeing tweets about this. A lot of people are talking about how they don't have an emulator, because on the PS1 and 2 is emulated on the PS3. If you download those games digitally off the store, right? That's emulated. Why is that not offered on the PS4 and PS5? You can't even play a CD on the PS4, which means the software emulation that they mastered since the PS3 to have the PS1 games on it, right? They could have just copied that software over, just ran it on the PS4 and PS5, but the drives in there can't read CDs, so they can only sell the game to you digitally. So all the more reason to have this emulator built in and then sell digital games, digital copies of PS1 games, and even PS2. I think they have the software emulation down pat or close enough now, but they don't do any of that. So it's something. It just shows you that whole way of selling games is very valid. It would work for PlayStation even better than it does for Xbox. PlayStation has a whole 4 system back catalog. Well, 6 if you talk about console. PS5 is new, right? 6 systems of back catalog to sell to people. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before even Project Spartacus came out, that I would sign up if it had something similar.
Yeah.
Close, especially the day one stuff. If they had it, and when we got the details, I'm like, dude, this is not worth it. I'm not getting this.
And the tiers, man.
And it's so fragmented the way they have it set up too.
And it's all on purpose to try to get you to the higher tiers to spend more money.
And so if they could restructure it and do a better pricing, well, I guess the pricing is not too bad. It's just the offerings.
The offering.
Yeah.
And they need to fix the whole cloud thing where it's not enough space on the cloud thing, man. You've seen people, been talking about that on Twitter as well. But I mean, it's true. First, you're paying for it, which you don't on Xbox, and then there's a limit. When on Xbox, it's limitless. Every game has a spot.
I think at the beginning, Xbox did have a limit when on 360 days.
Yeah, it was on 360 days, right?
But that was the 360 days, yeah.
Right.
Now we're 2 generations in and more mature with the systems and the ecosystem.
Yeah,
it's different now. So Punty says what he says. I'll be playing anything from Sega. I'm still hooked to Virtual Striker, their game from the arcade.
Yes,
the game is more than 10 years old.
Yes, Virtual Striker. The volleyball game is. Oh, he's talking about. Oh no, he's talking about the soccer game, but the volleyball game as well.
What, Dead or Alive?
No, the volleyball one.
I don't know.
It was a volleyball game, not like the Dead or Alive one, but like a
no,
that, but without the
you don't like the Dead or Alive girls.
Oh no, the game. Well, 2 steps into that. So the Sega one, I used to play it in the arcade, right? That I worked because there was an arcade at JFK. I used to play it there. The Sega game I'm speaking of, right? When the Dead or Alive came out, right? Believe me or not, but I bought that game for the volleyball more than anything else. It's actually a solid, if basic, game of volleyball because I played that at the arcade, so that's what I wanted, and I got that. Then there's all the cheesy titillation. I'm just like, oh, I felt dirty for playing it, so I put it down. But it was a solid game of volleyball, bro. It really was.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love that. I used to buy those. I think I have one on my original Xbox. I think they have like that. I think they do. I don't remember.
It was on the original. I didn't get the one that was on 360 or whatever, but because I know there was at least one sequel. I didn't get that one.
Auntie again says the PlayStation is money hungry. Yes, Xbox is going to put play on the street corner this year and make them sell that thing.
Yeah, man, at this rate,
for the streets.
The Xbox is doing. That's all Sony really needs to do. Is my point. Like it all integrates. Each one of the features integrate to make the other thing better. The fact that this cloud, cloud saves. Now they use that for the cloud gaming, right? And then they could sell games digitally a lot better. Like, jeez, Sony needs to get their heads up their asses, bro. I don't need them dying.
I'd break up with any girl for Dead or Alive girls. Hey,
hey, they can kick your ass though, man. You better be the one wearing the pants in the end. She better respect you, dog.
Oh
she respect you.
Now she's gonna kill you with those thighs, man.
Yo, man, she'll kill you 16 different ways. Them chicks is not playing.
Man. Yeah, those girls. All right. So a few months ago, we got word that Stadia is going away this month. So it happens this month, later this month, I think the 23rd or something like that. What went wrong, dude? We're not going to stay too much on this, but one thing I saw, I read an article, dude. I don't read that much. I read an article of all the magazines I don't get. I get this digital magazine from GameStop, right? At Game Informer. And that's why it came to my attention. It's like, oh yeah, Stadia is shutting down later this month.
Yep.
And it had one detail that jumped out at me when I was reading this about what went wrong is that the games had to be rewritten for Linux.
Yeah.
And that's one of the downfalls of it. It's like, some of these games were already out. They're old. So trying to create a game for a new platform in Linux for whatever they have to spend to for those resources. Let's just say, let's just throw a number out there, $5 million, and they're only going to sell, 1 million of units, like $1 million worth of units. They're still 4 million under.
Yep,
they're not going to make the money back. So why bother?
Well, see, that's just another piece of that puzzle. Like, they made this whole platform that didn't go nowhere. In fact, Linus Tech Tips, I think in the past 2 weeks, he got his hands on one of the development machines.
Yeah.
It was either him or Gamers Nexus. No. Gamers Nexus had a PlayStation development kit or whatever. Yeah, it was Linus Tech Tips. It was just basically a Windows PC. But see, what they should have did with all these servers and stuff they have, is just have like what GeForce Now did with the Windows instances. They should have did that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having this whole Linux platform. But I think what was the two main issues besides the behind the scenes stuff, because if Stadia had gotten successful, that wouldn't have mattered. What you brought up wouldn't have mattered. Like the developers of games would trip over themselves to come put games on your platform if they see the profit in it, right?
Yeah.
So prerequisites to even that, right, is the fact there were two things that happened. Number one, they fell flat on their face when they came out, right? It's like you're on a plane. It's like you're the president, right?
Yeah.
You land, Air Force One lands. You know, they got the cameras on you. They bring out the little steps. I forgot what they call that thing, right? The steps, right?
Yeah.
That drive up to, and you walk, and it's a snowy day, and it's snowing, right? And you get to the last couple steps, and you fall flat on your face into the snow. And then you stay there for 2 years and literally do nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's what Stadia did. They fell on their face early on. If you want to see video of somebody or videos of forget the guy's name anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But basically, he broke down like playing Stadia, right? Like he bought his experience. He bought it, he plugged it in. The Chromecast Ultras were overheating. All these problems he was having, right? That was typical problems with it, right? It was like a typical example for a lot of people day one. Like later on, Stadia became like the best cloud service in terms of performance of all of them, right? But day one, it was ass. Like it didn't even work, right? Literally. But it was really bad. And they sat there and they did nothing about it. No new games were really being announced for it. You would hear more shutdowns than announcements of anything new. So it was just like on life support from the moment it fell on its face and just sat there the whole time and they did actively nothing about it seemed like. And up until like the day before, I think, or even earlier in the day, like Google was still telling people both inside and out, like behind the scenes to developers and staff and stuff, and to the outside world, oh, like, yeah, everything is cool up until the moment they accidentally announced it.
I remember
like,
that.
Nobody knew.
Yeah, it's business as usual. We're still going to pump them out, you know, so on and so forth. And next thing you know, like, oh, we're going to shut it down.
Only the higher ups knew. Everybody else were completely in the dark, even people involved in making it.
Yeah, it's just weird how it's still shady that way. You know you're going to shut it down, but you're telling everybody a huge lie. Just say it. It's a failure. We're going to shut it down and we're going to move on.
Well, there's two things about that I want to say.
Well, because it's Google, right?
Yeah. No, it's not that. Number one, it's good that they paid back everybody. Everybody got back their stuff.
Yes, I remember that.
I always mention also about how Ubisoft games, if you bought those games, you also got access to the Ubisoft Connect app, right? It's like their desktop launcher on PC. Any Ubisoft game that you bought on Stadia, you also got access to the PC version because it unlocked in your Ubisoft account, right? So there's a lot of those games you're getting PC versions and whatnot of those, right? You're getting your money back anyway. So basically you're getting free games. Any of the hardware like the Chromecast Ultras and the controllers, you got your money back. And there's even some word that they're gonna try to make the controllers, like they're gonna give software drivers or like firmware updates and possibly some basic drivers or whatever, if necessary, to make those controllers usable on PCs and stuff, right? Like open source them basically and give access to whatever. But that's gonna take some time. Plus, with them shutting down, it's gonna be harder, right? But I think that all of these great efforts are, number one, they're protecting the name or like the concept of the cloud by not putting a black eye on it.
Yeah.
Right. By this graceful exit. Also, secondly, I think it legally protects them because, like we were just saying, up until they did it, they were lying to everybody, including their own staff, about what's going to happen. And I don't see how they wouldn't be taken to court over this otherwise. Yeah, they're paying back everybody. I think even developers are getting back their development money and stuff. So like they pay back everybody.
They can do it because they have
They can do it because they're Google, but also it's protecting their asses in hindsight.
Yeah. This is probably cheaper if getting sued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Punting's asking, if Stadia survived, do you think it could have challenged Game Pass? And what is the one thing they could have to do or change about the philosophy to compete with Game Pass? Game Pass,
it needed more games.
Well, Stadia is still relying that you have a Chromecast, right? You can't do that over the phone, can you?
You could. No, they had a phone app. They had
did they?
on the web. Yeah, they started having all that stuff. But at day one, it was a Chromecast Ultra. I don't think it was ever on Android TV. So I don't think like the Shield TV, for example, which is still the best overall streaming box, like 5 or 6 years after release. Still, like it still does new, like it just got Dolby Vision and does like Dolby True HD and DTS and all that stuff.
Right.
It never got a Stadia app, I don't think.
I
don't think Android TV ever got a Stadia app, but they had Stadia on Chromecast. I don't think.
Yeah, because I mean, my thinking is like you're still depending on that Chromecast, which you have to have it at home,
right?
You know, because of the TV. But with Game Pass, you could do that from pretty much any laptop and
laptop. But they did have the web version and phone, tablet, stuff working like pretty early on. But that should have been day one, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about with falling on their face. This is how they fell on their face. They started off not working. It would crash all the time. It would work only on the Chromecast Ultras, and even then, on day one, most people who pre-ordered didn't get their codes for God knows how long. So like these were literally the mistakes. So all happened all at once. So and they never really. I mean, they fixed those obvious issues, but they never recovered from that, and things never looked like it was better. But if they were going to be successful, they needed way more games. It needed to have an economical advantage. Like
they didn't have like a subscription though, right? It's just you either buy the game or you don't, right?
You have to buy games and pay for the service. That was the thing. You're paying for the service and you're buying the games. That's why GeForce Now is still around, right?
Yeah.
GeForce Now is you don't buy games from them. It's just accessing your Steam account and I think your Epic account now too. The last time I launched it, right? Because I just did my NVIDIA drivers today. So
Ranger Force says he hates the name Stadia.
Yeah, it was a stupid name on top of that. I didn't like. In hindsight, all the distaste that I had for the name is gone now, and I guess I respect it. I still don't
Sounds like a drug,
but I don't hate it no more. No, it's like Stadia, Stadium. I get it, but they never did anything.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like sounds like a weight loss drug or something.
Right, but they just never did anything with what they needed. So what they needed to do was, number one, the service needed to be way cheaper and needed to be integrated into some other service. Like YouTube Premium and all that other shit, right?
Ooh,
so it needs to be like a Google Media account that you get, where it's YouTube Premium and YouTube Media.
Like it had, it had like a big package deal, right?
Right, of all the Google services, all those media services all in one, right? They needed to have that and have it at an economical crackhead-esque price, particularly early on, because that helped Game Pass, right? Let's be honest, right? With the dollar, blah, 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 and all of that, right? With the conversion for $1. They need something early with that. Secondly, there needed to be some kind of advantage to buying games on Stadia other than the inherent cloud nature of it, right? Because the games were the same price, right? It didn't look no better. It didn't have no advantage other than the cloud in and of itself. And that wasn't enough back then. It's not enough now. The cloud is a good side hustle, not the main thing. At this point now, the whole potential of it is to be a bigger thing, but it's not now. But Stadia, man, like Google messed up, and it's unfortunate because they had, in the end, the best performing cloud service of all. Like GeForce Now, I mentioned, isn't like it looks great, but it doesn't, because of the servers. On Google has their edge servers. Everybody uses Google for YouTube and everything else, right? Even just search alone. So their servers are closer to you in terms of like your ISP to their, to the outside internet than to Google. It's probably just those 3 steps instead of like 4 or 5 steps to Microsoft or anybody else, right? It's those servers are right there, super fast, and you saw it in the performance and the functionality. It really did work the best, but that was the only advantage they had, and nobody knew that until way later. Because at first, all people knew was that it didn't work, and it was ass anyway. So who cared about the rest?
Yeah, I was on the fence. I never jumped on it. Did you?
I never jumped on it. I never bothered. I never bought it. I tried it one time. It was cool. It worked. And this was when this is why I know it worked after a point, right? And everybody was always talking about it was good and worked the best. Yeah, I've seen it at that point, but no, I didn't pay a dime, and I wouldn't have. I kind of wish I did buy. Like, for example, there was a couple of Ubisoft games I'd eventually bought on PC. I should have bought those because I knew from before it came out that the Ubisoft games were like that, where if you bought them on Stadia, you still got the PC version because that's how that Ubisoft knew you bought the game. Right. It was a part of that Ubisoft Connect account, so you always had it there. And then I could have just, tried out Stadia. If I didn't like it, at least I still have those games anyway. So, but I never got around to that it just didn't seem like it was going to go anywhere from day one, and it really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the fence. So like, I wanted to try it out. I mean, I always want to try new tech stuff.
Yeah, it was cool. It worked real nice.
But I never jumped on it. I mean, I think because of the price as well. Like, I think
the price was the main
controller. I think.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, it came with the controller and the Chromecast, and like I think a year of service or whatever. So it was like a whole pack for $100, and I guess wasn't worth it.
Like, well, then on top of that, you got to buy the game, so you're paying for the service.
You have to buy games. You didn't get a packet or nothing.
I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's like, nah. I'd rather not. Nope. I'm still waiting for Ouya to come back though.
The Ouya. Yeah, bro. The Ouya. The Ouya. Hey, man, the Ouya was more successful than Stadia was. How about that?
There you go. See? All right. There were a couple more topics, but I think I'll nick them. We'll end it with this one. Let me blow it up a little bit before I switch over. I hate ads. Games are coming out, dude, whether they're in Game Pass, Xbox, or multiplayer, but we didn't get to talk about all the games last week. We're not going to get back into it again like we were last week, but here's a splash of a few titles with their art in the front, dude. This looks awesome. Now you're seeing it with pictures. You got Starfield, you got Forza, Stalker, Wulong, Atomic Heart, Darktide, Redfall, Microsoft Legends. Oh my God, it just keeps going. And a lot of this is going to Game Pass. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
In fact, I think every game of note is coming to Game Pass. So yeah, Starfield. Well, listen, that whole top row is all Game Pass. Redfall,
Wulong
Game
too?
Pass. Wulong, yeah. I'm pretty sure Wulong is on Game Pass, no?
Oh, I don't
hey, Chad, help me out with that one. I think Wulong is on Game Pass, right?
But
Wulong, I think that's on Game Pass. Okay, Redfall. Okay, even if it's not, Redfall could take up that spot, right? Lies of P is Game Pass. Minecraft, Game Pass. Diablo, Game Pass.
Replaced, I think is
Wulong is. So there you go. So that's almost a whole
two rows.
Alan Wake, I know is for sure, right?
I don't know because I think
Lies
it's
of P.
multiplayer.
Yep. Oh, it's multiplayer, but I think it's on day one Game Pass.
Oh my God, dude!
Dead Space is the EA thing, so you get at least 8 hours of the EA thing. Yes, right? I believe
10 hours. 10 hours.
10 hours. Alan Wake is not, but Dead Space, yeah, you got at least 8 hours or the 10 hours of that.
This is insane.
That's like 2 rows already. And listen, each one of these would have been $70 alone.
Yes.
Maybe not Minecraft. Okay, we'll take out Minecraft. Okay,
yeah, that could be like an easy $40 to $50.
6 at the top plus 2 plus at least 1. Okay, Diablo, right? So 6 plus 2 plus 1. What is it? That's 9 games.
Calculations here.
9 games, right?
Yeah.
9 times 7 is what? 9 times 7 is
$630.
$630 of games. Right there, and those are the biggest games that we know of thus far. That's not even all that we know of.
Yeah, this is just the ones I'm showing here, not the ones
that's not even all of
it. Announced and like it's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah, and we pay like
announcement. Like by the way, this game is coming. Like what?
And 15 times 12 is how much? 210.
Somewhere I think because 12 times 12 is 144. I can't do math right now, dude.
1 second, I'll tell you.
But yeah, Realist is saying game. Put that up there. Game Pass will kill the console war as you know it.
$600. Wait, not? That can't be. Hold on.
But it's insane. I mean, we see a list sometimes. Sometimes we'll go off seeing a list of games, and I'm talking about like
180. That's what I thought. Yeah.
We'll see these text lists of games like, okay, that looks awesome. But when now you see it in a picture form, you got their game art up front and center and just kind of stacked on top of each other. Now you're just kind of blown away what's going to be offered this year. And this is just what we know right now. Yeah. Jerry
Merchant is right. Yes. Game Pass is free for me off of rewards. I'm not even paying for this, but if I did, right, $180 a year for $630 of games, just from the ones that I named that I know are coming to Game Pass that are all hot bangers. And then people were trying to come after me and other people about the value of Game Pass, because some people were talking about how if they increase the price of Game Pass, dude,
it's still be cheaper.
$180 for $630, and those are just the ones off of this list that we know are on Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
that's not mentioning the 20% off. That's not mentioning all the other games that aren't on this list that we do. Games that we don't even know about that will be released this year, big and small. Yes, right?
Big and
that's
small.
Just those. The amount of money and people are trying to say somehow it's not economical. Since what the F are you talking about? This is such brain dead, bro.
Real is he's like, I have to know how to slap, because he's ready to slap some people.
We're at the value proposition. This is like, come on. When people say this, it's
some hot bangers
infuriatingly stupid. Hot bangers, they were pretty dumb too.
You know, if people are bragging about games, they're bragging about services, but this is, you don't have to brag. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it speaks for itself. The content speaks for its. The cost of it compared to you buying it individually speaks for itself.
Yep.
And somehow people still want to knock this service and its content for the sake of just doing it because it's not on their favorite platform, which is stupid and pathetic.
Yep.
You know, I've always said, even before Spartacus came out, if they have something similar to this, I would sign up.
And PlayStation fanboys, secretly were wishing that's what it was. Everybody was wishing that's what it was. I was wishing that's what it was. I said it for years. Yeah. So many consoles are back. That alone, right, would have done it.
Yeah.
Just like 10% of that would have done it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I mean, dude, I'm still trying to catch up with the list I currently have.
Yeah.
Let's see what I have.
It's heartbreaking, really. That's the honest truth.
It's a gamer problem.
It really is.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
I'm happy for that.
Oh my God. 21 games I have on my backlog. Oh, and I might have to strike some of them because, like, okay, I'm that one. Right?
Oh, Jesus.
Those are games I have access to right now that I either purchased or is in Game Pass. That doesn't include the wish list of games I have that I haven't purchased yet, that I want to purchase. Right. And then you get all the ones that are releasing this year, whether it's Game Pass or buy individually. Dude, I'm never going to catch up.
Of course not.
I'm never going to catch up. Even if I nick some of the ones, like, okay, I'm never going to I'm never going to play this. I'm never going to play that. It's still a lot of games that I'm never going to catch up with.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's tough, real tough. You got to choose wisely, and you're not going to know until after the fact, and which means you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way and regret them and have no time to go back and deal with it.
Yeah. That's why I only juggle about 2 or 3 games at a time, because I know if I veer off too long, I'm gonna have to start all over because, like, I forgot where I left off.
Yeah, and then you won't finish anything, and then you're like in a what do you call there? Like a purgatory of this stuff. Honestly,
so remember last week Jeremy was in the chat. He was saying like he spent like $3,000 on Halo.
Yes.
He posted what he has. Dude, it's let's see if I don't want to play it because it has his real name and all that, or like a bunch of other people's names. Because I want to show the pictures. It's a lot of stuff. He did. He has tennis shoes, man. He got sneakers. He has Halo sneakers.
He's a sneakerhead like that.
Yeah, sneakerheads. He got a bunch of variety of merchandise, man. And he has, like, dude, I believe that he spent $3,000 on that stuff. Man. I mean, the consoles took up most of it. But
hey, Jeremy, do you have any kids?
But still, that's
because I'm gonna imagine the answer is no. That's the only way. No, I don't know.
That's a lot of money, man.
That's the most realistic way that I can imagine, not knowing anything else about him.
I'm pretty sure it was like spread out though. I mean, it wasn't.
No, of course, his life. But I'm saying, if you have kids, it's way tougher for that to be possible unless he's making this money.
$3,000 at once. Like, I'm just gonna buy all.
Yeah, see, no kids. There you go. See,
Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to
I'm not
cart.
trying to knock you, homie. I'm just saying it's the logistics of it.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. No kidding, man. If you like your hobby, man, I'm telling you right now, don't have kids.
Don't have this plan anyway, man.
Don't have kids if you like your hobby, man. Because I mean, not like. I mean, I still buy stuff whenever I want. I don't care. I got my 20 controllers that I still buy.
Right.
You know?
Right. But you're not going as crazy as you could have, though.
No. He's living on a government check. He's like, I'm also employed at the moment. Dude.
Ah, you bastard. Hey, man.
Oh, my God. This guy. See, Australians are cool people, man.
That's the whole.
I need to get down there so I can meet this guy in person.
Yeah, bro. He's always here for our podcast, man.
You know what? He'll probably try to take me over to Wolf Creek to freak me out. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. You need to see that movie.
I've heard the name.
It's good. It's called Wolf Creek. It's it's Australian based and all that. It's really good. And I think Jeremy, started it. I think it was him the whole time. He's just not telling me.
Wow.
the bad guy. He was the bad guy. So
bad guy.
But yeah, Breath of the Wild, dude. This guy.
Now listen.
For the longest time, I was so hyped to play it, and I would avoid it because for years that game would never drop in price.
Oh, Nintendo big games like that and will never drop in price.
So finally, at one point, I bought Breath of the Wild. I'm like, all right, I got it because it dropped down to but after coupons and stuff, I got it down to like $30.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, sweet. I got Breath of the Wild. I'm excited. Yeah. Woohoo. Got back home, started playing, and I had no idea what to do.
Oh.
I spent hours just kind of roaming around. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I was like, I can't go up to the mountain because the guy gets too cold and he dies. I can't go over here because he burns up. I was like, dude, you must spend like $30 something. See, Game Pass.
Yeah.
Game Pass would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That's what Nintendo needs. They need their own Nintendo Pass.
What they need is to bring back the virtual console and connect it with that account. Because even now, if you buy games on the Switch, it's attached to the system, not your account. They still don't get. That's the one thing that's really holding them back on the back end.
Yeah. Right?
Hopefully now that they've gotten off of their literal Windows 98 servers, who the hell could have made that one up? Right? No, I'm not exaggerating. Their servers are on Windows 98. They just got off of that shit. What was it, last year or the year before? You don't believe me? You go Google that. No, I'm not exaggerating. Windows 98. It's 2023 now, people. But yeah, maybe that's literally why they couldn't do it. But now that they've finally gotten that off, right? Like, hopefully they could do this and fix it.
You got Punty saying that's the player move gaming on welfare check. It's almost like gaming on a part-time job check. That's the merchant move.
Yep.
The merch move. Oh, this is too good. See, this is why I do this, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah, hilarious.
Gets me distracted we're in this right now for an hour and almost 20 minutes. And the two other things I wanted to talk about was Witchfire, which is a game we haven't heard of for a good while. I think it's going to come out later this year. Mm-hmm. And the whole Square Enix things that people are saying, PlayStation is holding it back, but maybe we'll save it for another day. It's, me, I don't like going too long on these things.
Yeah.
And plus you're an hour ahead of me, so it gets a little late for you too.
Yeah. It's getting on in time there.
See, Jeremy, he's gonna get me killed because he wants me to he'll take me to the Outback and try to chase down some Razorbacks. And
the only Outback I want to go to is the steakhouse. Okay.
Yeah. He wants me to go hunt down some killer hogs that's out there in Australia.
You got those in Texas. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I live in the city, man. It's like he'll actually like, hey, Gonzalo, I can't do it in Australia.
Well, you know what?
He'll like, I'm gonna take you to a cool place. I'm like, oh, where? It's like, oh, it's over here. It's called the Outback. Oh, sweet. And then turns out to be like this big herd of killer boars. Wow. And I was like, man, let me strap on my GoPro cameras and my 360 camera and make sure I capture every moment of this because I'm gonna need this for content.
Got that right.
So, which I will be doing in March when I go skiing. So
skiing.
I don't think anybody here is in Colorado. So I was going to say, if anybody here is in Colorado, man, hey, I'll be in Breckenridge skiing. See, Rain G4 knows it, man. He said, congratulations for the Astros winning the World Series. Thank you very much. Love it. Love it. And so, but no, this is awesome, man. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, Starfield, Forza, Stalker, Wulong, Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart looks amazing. Dark Tide.
Stalker 2 does. Crazy. Oh my god.
Minecraft it's Minecraft Legends and Minecraft Dungeons is awesome. If you haven't played Dungeons, it's awesome.
No, I think I played Dungeon like once or twice, like 2 achievements. That's a fun game. I like how they took the updated Minecraft engine. It kind of reminds me of Tunic.
Yeah, it's fun. Replaced is another one that's very interesting. Benedict Fox, I forgot what that one's about. Diablo is just a given. Jedi is a given. Dead Space is a given. Resident Evil is a given. I mean, Planet of Lana, I don't know what that is. I really don't.
Lies of P, given.
Lies of P, given. You got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm all about. But if it's like Dead by Daylight, I was like, I'm not gonna play that. If that's what Texas Chainsaw Massacre is. I don't know. If Texas Chainsaw is anything like Alien Isolation, then I'll be about it. Did you play Isolation?
Installation?
Alien Isolation.
Alien, yes, I played that on PC before.
Man, if Texas Chainsaw is anything like that, that'll be awesome.
You know, that was the first game I think I played in 4K 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alien Isolation.
Dude, that game got my heart pounding. There were points I had to pause the game and get myself together again because it had me racing that much.
Really?
That game. That one and Outlast.
Yeah, your heart pumping?
Yeah.
Nice.
That one, Alien Isolation and Outlast had me like my butt was like
clenched
because like put those headsets on, play it at nighttime. Whoa. Horror games are amazing. Punty says, I'll be in Canada snowboarding up here for at least 4 months a year. There you go. See, I got to lose some weight before I start. Just go, man. Hey, I'm 230 and I still go skiing. I have no idea how to ski, but I'm up there, man.
I'm 237. Yeah. 2
but
pounds lighter than Homer Simpson.
Tall, though.
I'm 6'4".
See, that's underweight, isn't it?
No, I'm still overweight.
Is it really?
For my height, you know, with that height to what you call
height to whatever ratio.
Height to weight ratio. I'm still overweight technically. Not by a lot, by like 20, 30 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking
it's supposed to be less than 200 pounds. It's supposed to be like 199, 180,
and I should
like
be
that.
at 200.
Yeah,
that would have been.
Yeah, if I was a UFC fighter or something, maybe I'd be that weight. I don't see how else I would be, but that's what they say.
Yeah. And so, well, dude, that's all I have for tonight. So, you got any last things to add before we go and say bye-bye to everybody in the chatter box?
Hey, man, you can catch me all over the internet. Everything of value. YouTube, Twitch, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Steam, GOG, all that stuff. 6 layers. It's all the same name, bro. Hit me up.
Anything new on the Steam Deck? Because I know you're my Steam Deck. You're my deck guy.
Well, let me tell you, they updated the background Linux update. So, like, you know, it's running Linux. So the Linux itself got a pretty big update. A bunch of little dashboard updates here and there all the time. They've just been improving things ever since day one when it came out. It's a far better device now than it was at launch. Anybody who wants one, I mean, you could order one immediately from Valve and have it within, like, I think 3 days or something. There, all the backlog of pre-orders is already been taken care of a while ago now, since like months ago, right? So it's easier to get one. If you get one today, it's more of a console experience than it ever was, and it was a great one from day one. You rarely ever have to go in the, you know, like the desktop menu.
Yeah.
But if you want to do more stuff, you always can. But if you never in your life ever do, you never really ever have to. Do all games work? No, but the majority do. You get, you know, you can just, you know, you tweak your settings to get, you know, 40 frames or whatever, you know, because you got to remember it's a portable system. You can go all out and run the hardware as hard as you can and kill your battery, you know, in an hour and a half if you want. or you can tweak your game and, you know, get some better performance. Remember, it's 720p, it's a handheld. It's not meant to give you the highest end experience, you know. You get a little bit taste of that PC greatness, you know. There's lots of games. We just had the crackhead sale of, you know, the winter sale just ended, right?
Yeah.
Crackhead sales as always. Like, you see that now on consoles. Well, Steam was the one that created that, you know, for video games in general. So it
was on sale at Steam Deck?
Not this deck, but the games. You know,
the games, yeah.
Right. Steam just had their crackhead sale for the winter.
Charles, man. I still promote that.
Yeah. Even Scott Pilgrim versus the World, they just came out to Steam today. It was locked to the Ubisoft platform, so they have it for like $5. The complete edition of the Scott Pilgrim game. That's a great game to have on a handheld. You know, don't beat them up with the online and everything. So I plan to get that in the morning. There's just so many great games and experiences on that system. They got the dock now. You know, connecting it to a TV is a lot easier and simpler. It works way better than ever did. Even without a dock, if you get yourself USB-C to HDMI cable, plug it in. Man, they've just made it.
With the dock charger at the same time?
It comes with an extra charger, like the same charger the Steam Deck used. It comes with a secondary one of those, so you can plug that into the dock, have your dock all set up where you never have to move your dock, and you still have a charger to have in your little pack to go. You know, it comes with the carrying case already. No matter which model you get the carrying case, so you'll have the charger in there with the cleaning. I don't know if the cleaning cloth is only the top model. I have the top model, but yeah. And the next thing too is the difference between the models is just the top model has a anti-glare screen and it has the largest SSD, 512 gigs, right? But you can get the base model and get your own SSD, open it up, put your own SSD in. It's way more economical now to do that. I'm against doing that myself because I don't want to mess it up, and I'd rather the onus be on them. But they're very open with repairs. They've partnered with iFixit, so you can get your parts to refix it yourself. You know, it's really the hobbyist enthusiast thing, but it's the standard for all the others that are coming out now, all the copies, you know, 1X Player, all these other handhelds.
Yeah.
It's making that standard. And the next big thing too is the Steam OS, when they make the release for that, for people to go download and put on their own machines. You can get an old crappy PC, old and crappy, you know, for like $200. That's probably just a couple of years old that will play a lot of dope games. You toss that Steam OS on there and you have an instant, you know, PC gaming machine, you know, put next to your TV for somebody who wants to dabble in PC gaming and see what that's like. That would be a great entry in for a free operating system. That's going to make it.
Choo Choo Charles would be awesome.
It'll be simple. So yeah, man, the Steam Deck and the whole platform that they've created really is, you know, getting people in there. A lot of people have high-end PCs are just rocking their Steam Decks all day. I see. I
still haven't checked on that.
King X. I see Stone King X and Realist buying new games all the time, trying different things. They're putting up even more screenshots than me all the time of great stuff. You know, they're like a lot of stuff seems to be new to them on the PC side, like the way like PC is now. So like guys like them will always tell you they're playing a lot more games than ever, just like Game Pass does. The Steam Deck is doing that for people. They're trying all types of different games.
I got three Steam friends. Dude, I'm pathetic because I don't play that much on it. I got 3 and 2. One of them I have no idea. I have no idea who that guy is. I think I just made him a friend like a long time ago. Just forgot about it.
Oh,
but I haven't jumped on those mobile things yet because
there's so many.
I know it's different because it's actually a PC, you know, compared to the last mobile device, which is the Vita.
Yeah,
you know, and that because the way it ended just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, I'm just not gonna jump on this.
It's a PC, but you never have to treat it as one. You never have to go into the desktop mode or any of that. Just treat it like a console, right?
Yeah.
And just rock what's compatible with it, and you would be fine with that. There's so much. Yeah, I see you, Rain. I see you, bro.
They're clowning on me.
He was clowning on me, but I don't know. I was saying a lot of, but no, I'm just saying it really fits. They have a whole platform going, and it's real simple. If you really want to dabble into PC gaming, you know, for $399, that's an economical, smart way to do it.
Yeah. And so maybe one of these days, just like I said, I'll never get to Oculus. I got it.
At this rate, the way they're talking, like they might make a new version, like a OLED Switch on type of new version, not like, you know, anything that performs better or anything like that, but little fit and finish details that they might have. I mean, if they do that, I would suggest, I don't know, if let's say that happens at the end of the year, you should get that if it were you. But anybody else, if you're interested in it and you have been, I say you jump in.
Jump on it. Yeah. So, cool. Yeah, you're my guy when I have Steam Deck questions, because I don't know anybody else who has one. Well, except for Willis, but he doesn't talk about it. I don't think he likes talking to me. No. We'll
get
see.
That 1X player, maybe.
His last comment, nah, they're grabbing his cheeks. Big boy's got him touching his ankle.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh man. All right, I'm out, dude. It's 8:30. I don't know.
Yes.
I heard the kids screaming back there again.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's a bubble over Teg's head that says, I thought we were closing the show. No, we're closing it now. We're closing it now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me a bubble made that says, I thought I was closing the show. And hold it over my head, like, yeah. So
like the wrap it up music on the Emmys.
Yep. So all right, man. Good show. Thank you for showing up. Everybody else in the chatterbox, thank you very much for entertaining us as well. And hopefully we entertained you. And we'll be here. Well, at least I will be. I don't know about you, because your schedule is different. But
probably
this is going to be a usual thing for me now. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm going to try my hardest to keep it consistent. I know sometimes I flake out, but this is like the only day that I don't have kids' activities. So I want to make it a show activity for me. So we'll see next week, and I'll be putting stuff out in Twitter as I always do to give everybody a heads up that I'm making a show for Thursday night. All right, guys. Good night. Talk to you later. Stay safe. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.